Hello, and welcome to our Teacher Spotlight. This week, we're going to focus on Creekview Elementary and the 4th and 5th grade teachers that have worked with me to, one, have a data collector, and that is a form that they created last year. And then they also have a doc that has their data. Basically, it shows who the teacher is, the school year, the grade, the teacher, all these things that go along with what is in their questions on their form. Now, what's great about having a form like this to collect your data and then a doc like this is that you will be able to, once you've inputted your information into this form, you will be able to go into the form as it's created, and you are able to click on this little thing called add-ons, and then it says form publisher. So we're going to publish the form, and we're going to do it with a template because we have it, which is the CVE data doc. So we have our template. So this little guy comes up, and you can see the selected template is this CVE PLC data doc. Now I'm going to edit, and you can go and edit right from there, or I can change my template because this is Chappelle's and I would like to do my own. So I'm going to look for, in my documents, I'm going to look for CVE PLC data doc, and look, there it is. So now I have my own CVE PLC data doc, and it's going to upload, and it takes just a second, and there it is. So now it has 33 matching markers, and that means all the things that are going on in here are going to match what's going on in my doc. And then when I build and enter the data into my doc, into my form, it's going to then we'll be able to easily sort it and see the information in our data. So we have here, again, we have one for, this is our math assessment, and then we have one for a language arts assessment. So again, this all takes time, and I got this from the wonderful principal at Creekview. He shared this information with me, these data docs that were already created. If you would like to do something like this with your PLC, please don't hesitate to contact me and let me know, because it does make a great way of seeing what kids are, you need to extend the learning for. They're progressing, they're developing, or they're just beginning. So it gives you a perfect and wonderful way to do that. So I'm going to click save, and then now we have our matching markers. So you can see all the things that are going to come up when I fill in my form. And I'm going to click save one more time just to be sure. And good, we're going from our template. So it is saved, it's all ready. Now there's lots more steps to do if you do this for the first time. So that's why it'd be great for you to schedule time with me if this is something you and your PLC would like to do to collect data and then have a wonderful way to view that data with your groups. Okay, so now the tricky part about this is that you actually, instead of editing anything in our form, we're actually going to send it, and we're going to use a link, and we're going to actually copy that link and open a new tab and paste that link, and then our form is going to come up so that I can answer it. So when I have this, then I type in all my information. So I have this, and then I choose my school year, and I choose my grade level. Again, you can change all of this stuff within your form. If you just want to make it one option because you are a kindergarten teacher, then you can do that. But let's say, since we're highlighting the 4th and 5th grade teachers, I'm going to be a 4th grade teacher at Creekview Elementary. I can input the date that my students took their math assessment. I can do the learning objective. I can use the math assessment used. And then you can say, how well did the math student measure student proficiency, and then how effective was it at getting students to the objective, and then what things need to be tweaked, and then you can go to next. Oh, and there's certain questions that are required, and most of them are, but let's just go with, let's say today's date is, we're going to go with 10, 20, 20, 20. Okay, so we have 10, 20, 20, 20. Now, in the math learning objective, let's just say for 4th grade, we're doing fraction part. And again, you will have a very specific thing. I'm just doing this for the sake of time. Same thing with your learning language arts. So I again could say 10, and let's say I did that 5 days ago, 15, 20, 20, and then we have the learning arts objective, and let's just say it was something about to identify plot of story. Okay, now we see all those things. Okay, and this is great for feedback. It's great for reflection. So once you've done your assessments, I know it seems like it's a lot of steps, but really to have all this data right in front of you and then to discuss with your PLC really makes it an amazing way to better yourself as a teacher, but also better the experience students are having in the classroom, because you're always reflecting and making changes based on your assessments and your data. So what math extension will be available? So you have all these things that you can answer, and then you have what language arts extension. And I like that they did this form kind of in sections so that it's not so overwhelming. It's not just one big form. Okay, so then you have all your students that are here, and then you can check what, depending on how they did on each assessment, and then you have all of your students there. And finally, you're going to go to our next, same thing for language arts. You're going to click through and decide which ones. And let me, just so you guys can see, if I go not assessed, and I do red, and I do yellow, and I do green, and I do blue, and I do all of these, and you can go through, like I said, and then we submit. Okay, so my response has been recorded. So now what I'm going to do is actually go into my Google Drive, because in my Google Drive, once I've set up that data doc, that form publisher, I'm going to go to form publisher output folder. And when I click let's try that again, form publisher. There we are, form publisher's output folder. So now I have my data doc, but I have a PDF. And it says, here's my data that I put in. So you can see that I have STAMIS. I clicked my assessment date. I said fractions. Now, I didn't put all the students for this one, so you can see, but I did put students for this one, so that you have in 2 pages all of that data, and you can just kind of see that, print that, and then share that with those of the other people that are working within your grade level. So this is kind of form publisher at a basic level. If you think you might be interested in collecting PLC data through form publisher, I am happy to help. So please do not hesitate to email me at stamis@carbonschools.org. And I hope this was helpful.